you know, when they've cut the golf course, there's that really green, fresh smell, like it's brand new.
And that is just what you're envisioning when you're on the range. That's positioned nicely in the right side of the fairway. Now, from better than 300 yards out, a second to the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
Well, I gotta say it, you hate to give away shots this early in the round.
Yep, nicely done. Not what she was hoping for, I know, but she might consider herself fortunate to just get away with a bogey. The second is a tough par 4 measuring out at 497 yards. Bunkers serve as obstacles left and right off the tee, but this hole's all about the second shot, as players will likely be faced with a long approach over the barranca. Yeah, that's in the fairway, so maybe a chance for a bounce back after that opening bogey. "12 feet still to go." Nope. So some stress here early in the round, making back-to-back bogeys here at 1 and 2. The third is another par 4, this one a bit shorter at 419 yards. You'll want to get familiar with the hole location prior to teeing off. Left side hole locations should dictate a drive up the right side of the fairway and vice versa. Up at the putting surface, 3 front bunkers protect this molar-shaped green. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
130 yards to get you to the front of this green, but it's 138 yards you'll need to get all the way to the hole. Pin on the right-hand side, so plenty of room to the left of it.
Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Okay, that should be inside of 10 feet, not too bad. That's what these greens can do to you. They make you see things that just aren't there, and that one slides by. Time to pick up and move on. The fourth is a tough par 3 with a couple of complicating factors to it. One, it's long at a robust 228 yards, and two, it's downhill a good 25 to 30 feet. So gauging what club to hit and how hard to hit it, that goes hand in hand with getting out of here with a par. Looking back up from behind the green, a second to this par 3.
So many shots just being given away on the front side, and all because of the short game. Eight-foot putt here.
Nope, that's one you just can't leave short. Okay, a double bogey here at 4, and the struggles continue. 7 over to start the round. Now to the 5th, a par 4 at 480 yards. It's a bit of a blind tee shot up a rise to a fairway that slopes left to right up beyond the landing area. It's important to make sure you're in the fairway because, as we saw at the 23 Open, players whose tee shots ran into that right rough rarely reach the green with their seconds. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. front side as that is safely in for a par. On to the 6th. It is one of the most talked about holes on this North course. A short par 4 at just 325 yards. You have one of 3 choices here. You can lay up short to the left, or you can go a little further to the right of the green. That might be a safer play. Or you can take the direct line over that coastal live oak and give it a go with a driver. Ooh. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Ooh. Oh, man. Boy, it's been one of those days. You think the golf gods are against you. So it'll be a drop shot here at the par 4 6th. Turning south, we come to as long a par 3 as you're going to find in major championship golf. The 7th hole here checking in at a full 284 yards, all you want. Oak trees lining this secluded section of the golf course, and players will have the option of landing their tee shots shy of the green on the short grass and running them onto the putting surface. This is a tough test. That might have been okay if it stayed in that thinner rough, but I think this popped into that deeper area.
Woo, Nelly. Whizzes past the hole. A difficult putt coming now.
You could see that grass just kind of grab the club face, and it's going to wind up just okay. This is an 11-foot putt. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. Okay, that will be a 3-putt double bogey, and that was set up, let's face it, by that lackluster lag putt just a moment ago. The second of the par 5s on the course is this one, the 547-yard 8th hole. This is another of the great risk-reward holes on the course. A well-struck drive should have a reasonable chance to reach this green in 2. But beware of the barranca left, and bear in mind that this green is on the smallish side, so long approaches will need to be precise.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing, don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot. Oh, such a sweet 3-wood. Actually too good, if anything. It just flew through the air. And a little unlucky that first bounce. That was like rock hard.
just going to sneak on by. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. The final hole of the front side of the North Course at the Los Angeles Country Club is a par 3 at 171 yards. A good football field shorter than the 7th. Bunker short, left and right protect a narrow green featuring a number of dramatic contour changes. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Yeah, just able to pop that one out of there, but that will only make it onto the fringe. Well, Frank, you know it's not ideal, but sometimes psychologically a bogey's not that bad.
It would have been easy to come completely off the rails there. So all in all, I'd take a bogey.
So she'll tap that in for her bogey here at the 9th. And trouble was inescapable on this front side as that wraps up a tough opening 9 holes of golf. The back 9 here on the North Course begins with the 374-yard par 4 10th. What this hole lacks in length, it makes up for in bite, as a total of 7 bunkers are placed at strategic locations, swallowing up any errant shots. Well, scoring's been an issue so far. That's maybe being kind, but hey, that's good tee shot right there. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. This one looks right on point.
What a way to start the back 9. That is a tremendous iron shot.
It's been a tough ride. This would be a nice birdie. Oh no, what else could go wrong? A short-range birdie putt goes right by. Ouch. Still no circles on the card as of yet, as that's in for par. What a par 3 this is, the 11th at 290 yards. Depending on the marine layer, you get a spectacular view of downtown LA just to the east of the golf course. This hole's no slouch either. Like the 7th, it often requires a tee shot that lands off the green and runs on. And that one needed to put on the brakes, but could not, and this will wind up over the green. Second shot now, here at the par 3.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Cleans that up, in the hole. The 12th is a dogleg left, par 4 at a manageable 380 yards. Most players should be left with a short iron in with their second, but as with the 11th, 2 jagged front bunkers provide a problem to be avoided and can sometimes wreak havoc with depth perception. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. After a good tee shot, Iona, this, her second.
Yes, 120 yards left to the flagstick and the pin on the front portion.
Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short. Yeah, I think just kind of had to blast away at that one. Did well to get it on the green, but double bogey may very well be in the cards. Just 5 feet left. No, the touch definitely eluding him on this hole. Time to move on to the next hole. The 13th is a long par 4, checking in at a full 507 yards. This is another picturesque hole with vistas of Bel Air and Benedict Canyon. Most players will want to steer their tee shots to the left to get a better view of the putting surface. Up at the green, a deceptive tilt left to right means that approaches that miss left can lead to a very difficult up and down. Well, not much to cheer about so far, but that should be worth the smile. Good tee shot and safely in the fairway. That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Boy, that was on an aggressive line. Couldn't quite get it to stop, and that will be left for par. Nah, you got to get it there. Just didn't do it. With the towers of Century City in the distance, we get a look here at the 623-yard par 5 14. This was by far the toughest of the par 5s at the 2023 U.S. Open, and in fact was the rare par 5 that yielded an average score over par for the week. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. That was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result. Had half the equation on that shot, the distance. Not quite the accuracy. Missed it a hair to the right.
Yeah, not quite a foul ball. Kept it in the ballpark, and, well, let's see how good you can chip.
And that will work its way just off the green and set up a shot from the fringe. Oh, man. Boy, it's been one of those days. You think the golf guys are against you. Well, all you need to play golf is good health and good bad memory. Another misstep there, a double bogey. Now to the 15th. So much discussion about this hole during the 2023 U.S. Open. In Saturday's third round, it played just 81 yards, the shortest ever in U.S. Open history, even shorter than the fabled 7th at Pebble Beach. As for round 4, the only player to bogey the hole, that would be the eventual winner, Wyndham Clark. Okay, safely aboard. 14 feet to the hole. Nope. Okay, nicely done. Something of a bright spot in an otherwise difficult round. A par. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Now to the 16th, the start of the longest three-hole closing stretch cumulative yardage in U.S. Open history. Yet incredibly, nary a par 5 in the bunch. All par 4s to finish, starting with this one at 542 yards. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
She's got 149 yards left to the hole, struggling all day, looking to do something good here.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Oh no, I thought that was in for sure. Just a little jag right at the end, gonna leave it on the lip. Now to the 17th, a toughie at 520 yards. Look out from the tee, and bunkers will comprise a lot of what you see. But this really is a standout hole with beautiful sycamore trees providing an alluring backdrop. Up near the green, a series of 4 bunkers protect the front and left sides of the green, including one that's the closest thing on the course to a pot bunker. No hitch in the giddy up there. That might be the drive of the round so far. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Well, that's out. That's the important part, but this is well short of where it needed to be.
Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away.
That one just gonna sneak on by. The closing hole here on the North Course at the Los Angeles Country Club is a stern test at 492 yards. Bunkers must be navigated off the tee before setting up an approach that shows off the stately clubhouse beyond this 18th green.
Had to take the boxing gloves off on that one. No touch whatsoever, and this is a long, long putt coming back.
Oh, what a putt there to only drop one shot here at 18. And this is going to be a round of 91.